Hello, so we have back on YouTube today, Carly's with the wonderful Demi Christofi. I hope I said that right, Demi.
Yes.
So today, like I say, we're on Carly Jane's YouTube channel, and I'm going to be interviewing various people for the next few months. And so today we got this lovely Demi. So I'm going to ask her the same questions I've asked the others. Come on, Demi, tell us where your spiritual journey, path, where did your awakening start?
Okay, well, I think it started when I was a child. I've always gone with intuition. I've always had something, never kind of knew what it was. I kind of knew, but I didn't, because obviously there wasn't anywhere that you could ask, or, I'd speak to my mum about it. She was quite open, but then she couldn't give me any tips or to help me enhance this gift that I have. But I always used to think that, why isn't everyone like me? Why do you not feel what I'm feeling? Why do you not think how I'm thinking? But it's normal, isn't it? Because it's normal to me, because I've always had this this gift of knowing. So I think in the clairs, I think it's claircognizance.
That's right, yeah.
The knowing. But then I have had a vision. I have seen as well, and obviously I hear. So I've got quite a few of the clairs, and I use it in everyday life. I always have. So it's like, if something feels good, yeah, I'll go with it. If it doesn't, no, I'll stay away from it. Lots of alarm bells ring, like through my upbringing and through growing up, and I've ignored them because I can be stubborn, and I say, no, I'm going to go. This is where I'm going to go. I'm going to go this way. And then I realize, okay, no, mate, I should have listened. I should have gone the other way, or, and stuff like that. But as a child, I think when my grandmother passed, I think I may have been about 13 or 14 years old. And I remember being on I used to go to a Church of England school. And there was a lesson that we had in the church gravesite. So we had a church on site, and we were outside doing something. I think it was even to do with geography, I'm not sure. But then all of a sudden, I saw this light come from nowhere. And I remember just kind of looking over, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And I was like, what is that? And I'm just standing there. And then obviously I kind of saw the silhouette of my grandmother, and I kind of just, and then I think you kind of take yourself out of it, obviously, because when you have no expectation, things come to you, don't they? And I didn't expect it. And I remember going home and telling my mum about it, and she was just really happy, but then again couldn't kind of elaborate more on that for me. And I remember even being younger than that and kind of feeling things around while I was asleep. And I remember used to like hold my hand out, and I used to say things like, if you're there, can you touch my finger so that I can know that you're there? But then as a child, I'm actually waiting for a physical touch, and I never got that. But I'm sure they were there, because I could feel their energy. And I've obviously been very into having, readings, going to see psychic mediums, especially when I'm at a low point and where I feel like I'm really stuck and I need some guidance. I need somebody to just guide me, like, am I going the right way? Or, but obviously when they start to tell you about your past, that's when you start believing, or knowing that they're, yeah, okay, so you do know this stuff about me. Yeah, I don't know who you are. We've never met before. And it's amazing. I've always found it really fascinating. And I remember going to a medium, when was it? About 2-3 years ago. And it was literally a 20-minute thing. And I came out of there thinking, what a load of rubbish. That wasn't very good, because normally I've gone to ones that are about an hour long. And do you know what? Whatever she said in those 20 minutes has actually happened. And it didn't happen until later. And it was this lady actually said to me, because they always said to me, you're very special, you do have a gift. But the way she sat there and said to me, no, you need to be doing this. You are clairvoyant. You are, you need to look into it. And I was like, okay. So I thought, okay. So I went online. I was like, Googled, how do you become a medium, or how do you become a psychic? And boom, there you go. There's a Udemy thing that comes up. And I saw that as you, Demi, as in me.
Oh, yeah.
They were calling me.
You Demi. Yeah,
That's
he's
how I
psychic.
looked at it. I said, okay, there's a sign. That's for me. Clicked on, saw Julian.
Yeah.
Saw like a try, I think you can click on like a trial kind of clip.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I just saw his aura just shine. And I was just like, oh my God, yeah. And I couldn't stop listening. And I was like, right, buy the course. I've got 20 courses, I think, on my Udemy account now. And I've done probably 18 of them.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them. They've resonated. They've taught me so much. And obviously coming to your workshops as well has also helped, and other workshops that have been going on with the other members of the group. And it was just lovely to be part of a community that we all of like-minded people that share the same love and passion for this, but obviously have lots of different gifts as well. Everyone has a different gift, and I feel that spirituality is like a big tree with loads of branches, and you just pick which direction you feel that you're called to, or which one kind of fits or really resonates with you. So doing that helped me get to where I am today, because I actually sat about last year, I think it was about about August time. So it was probably about a year ago, August time. I sat in meditation. I said to my guides and my helpers, I know I'm a healer. I know I like crystals. I know that I'm supposed to be helping people, but I just don't know how. Thank you for showing me a sign. Thank you for your guidance. And 5 minutes later, I get a text message from a random old school mum.
So it works,
Yeah. That obviously I've known but I haven't spoken to her in years, because my eldest is now 15, and it was probably 10 years ago she left the school, and I haven't really spoken to her, but she's obviously seen my posts on social media about what I'm doing, and she was like, loving your posts, loving what you're doing. Have you ever thought about pranic healing? And I was like, no, it sounds amazing, but I'll look into it. And that was it. I looked online, got a couple of books. The message was clear. This was my message. This was my healing call to help people. And it is absolutely an amazing modality that is very, 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 very similar to Reiki. I just feel that it goes a little bit deeper than that. Because of that, I've just, bought all the books. Obviously with lockdown, I had loads to read. Couldn't go to any workshops because of lockdown, so I had to wait. So I just prepped myself, read the books, practiced on a few people, friends and family, getting results. And I was thinking, wow, okay, this is great. This is amazing. So I'm constantly overwhelmed with what this modality brings to people. And this is where I'm at the moment. So it's now doing it, and it's done distantly as well. You don't have to do it.
It's all distant, isn't it?
And you don't have to touch anyone. It's a non-touch modality as well. And the next steps are to host taster workshops where people can come and actually sit down, and we do like a 10-minute healing taster session. And also I want to host a meditation with my village in the village hall, and hopefully just try and get this is the plan. I'm sure it will work out, just don't know dates yet, but probably September. We're looking at doing once a week twin heart meditation, because that's what I do with my practice. Brings a lot of energy in, and you've got to kind of release a lot of this energy that's been generated as well. And obviously, like yourself and I, we're very sensitive to energies. Went into London yesterday. I came back with a headache. I was like, whoa, the vibration was so high. I was really, I knew I wanted to leave and move from London And, you know, that was 6 months ago. Well, yeah, a year ago, I put the house on the market. I didn't know where I was moving to. I was like, yeah, I just know I need to put this house on the market. Okay, now where do I go? I didn't have anywhere to go. I didn't know where to go. I was like, should I go to Glastonbury? Quite like Cheltenham. You know, so kind of again went with my intuition, followed the signs, followed the guidance, and I completely surrendered to it.
Yeah.
Everyone was thinking, are you crazy? Why are you moving so far away? And you don't have any friends or family there. I was like, this is what I need to do. I can see my family when I need to see them, and I'm going to make lots of new friends. That's fine, you know, but I just feel that I need to come here. This is where I need to help people. But I can help people from all over the world. Doesn't matter where you are. But yesterday, my head was banging. Once I got up to that vibration when I was there, I couldn't get out of it. Yeah. It was so hard to and I came back and it was just like, that was tough. And I knew that while the longer I was in London, I felt like I was being restricted energetically, because I was just feeling a lot of negative vibes, and it was very draining. And you know.
So a lot of people out there will be feeling those vibes. They will be drained, won't they? Because we've been there. We understand that. But so, what are your tips for somebody that is feeling drained, feeling maybe disconnected? This is heavy. I can't cope. You know, the fear factor. That's a lot out there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are empathic that don't know that they're empathic, and they don't know that they've got that spiritual light in them, because I believe that we all have. It's just whether we want to tap into it or not. But people do generally kind of walk away from either speaking to someone or being in a certain situation, or even coming out of a meeting at work and thinking, whoa, what was that? They've literally their aura has just drawn in all that negative energy and dirty energy from other people, that they don't understand why they feel so low and so tired and so depressed. I feel like this. So really, my tips would be for anybody, I really, really do strongly recommend that everyone meditates daily. It's very hard. If you're a newbie, I say try and do it twice a week, even if it's just for 5 minutes, and then just gradually, and you will gradually be able to go longer and longer and longer. And I remember doing one of your workshops, we were doing it for 45 minutes and it didn't even feel like 45 minutes. And
that's because, we've been doing, the meditations I've been doing for a group for a year, really. So as you say, it builds. So that first couple of workshops, you'd have held it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah. And what you'd become to do is be to still that mind. Still the mind is an exercise. It is.
It's exercising that spiritual muscle. Yeah. And I feel that even when I first started meditating, even if it was for those 5 minutes, I remember putting a timer on my phone thinking, I'm not going to meditate for longer than 5 minutes. And okay, that's how I started. And everyone's different. But there were times I could really feel quite nauseous. And I feel that may have been energies kind of blending. It could have been healing that was given to me during that time. But making your mind just stop and just let it be silent. Don't have any expectations. Just sit there, give that time to yourself. Think of it as a bit of therapy for yourself, to just sit and just take those 5 minutes just for yourself. Don't think about anyone else or anything else. And obviously, as we've been taught with Julian, if a thought comes in, acknowledge it, accept it, and let it go. Just breathe it away. Go, okay, I'll deal with you later. Because and also, so meditating, there's also cord cutting, which I find very very beneficial with what we're doing. Even on YouTube, you can find a little snippets, like when I say snippet, like a 10-minute little thing that when you're getting ready for work or getting the kids ready or whatever it is that you're doing, you can just put it on and have it in the background. And you have that protective shield if you wanted to just put that around you before you go anywhere, so that, if anything negative does come your way, it can just bounce right off and come back. If you're hosting a meeting, I would say, you know, cleanse the room either with some incense. You don't have to do it. You can even do it mentally, and with like an electric violet. If you imagine electric violet coming out of your hands, to just kind of clear the room a little bit and sort of give thanks for that. But the cord cutting is also very good, and at night time especially, where our solar plexus is, where our lower emotions sit, you're going to just, you know, you put your hand underneath and then you just pull that cord, cut it, and just throw it into a violet flame. Or if you have a salt water, you know, a bucket of salt and water, or a bowl of salt and water, and just throw it away and just kind of clean your hands with an electric violet color, or just, you know.
Because if it's anybody's listening to it, they might think, what do you mean by that with negative energies? And my understanding, and you maybe explain it better, but we're talking about somebody trying to limit us, maybe out there, put us down a little bit of control.
It might not be, it might.
News. I'm not being anything in the news. What other things?
I think that can be a part of it, but I also feel that it's other people's energy that they're dealing with. They've got their own issues to deal with, and it's there harboring in their aura, whether they're aware of it or not. But they may not intentionally want to give that off, but because it's in the aura, it's just going to come out, especially if you're open, like people like you and I that are quite open. We're like, we'll welcome anything, come close, and we would get it. So I don't think people go out there deliberately to do it. There are people that are jealous, that are, you know, that they've got emotional issues, they are angry, and I think anger then goes to resentment, then resentment turns into malice, and then vindictiveness, and it can go on. A lot of people have to do a lot of soul searching, and a lot of and that's where the meditations come in handy, because they help you release all of these negative emotions that we have, and we do have them every day. And even in the evening, no, sorry, not in the evening, every morning when I wake up in the morning, I do a little routine that I've been taught, where I sit on the edge of my bed, and I'm literally half asleep. I have to do it at that point. You can do it in the shower when you're getting ready if you wanted to, but with what's going on in my household, I need to kind of do it then quickly. I hold my hands up, and I ask all negative words, thoughts, emotions, and deeds, come forward now. And I bring it forward. I cut the cord like that. And then I imagine an electric violet in my palms of my hands, and I erase it all. And then I give thanks and put a positive thought in. So thank you for blessing me with only positive thoughts, words, and emotions for the day. Thank you for blessing me with self-mastery, soul mastery. And I do that 7 times.
That's brilliant.
And it really does help. But then I wake up and go, God, I cleaned it yesterday. How have I got more today? And I was like, surely this should be getting easier. But you know what? We are our thoughts. Whatever thought we have, we have negative thoughts, whether we like to believe it or not. Sometimes we doubt ourselves. Sometimes we think that we're not, enough. And, that again, we're generating a negative thought. We're generating a negative emotion. And with what I'm doing with pranic healing, there's a lot of emotional trauma that people have had from when they were little. And they've harbored that. They've kind of, we've all done it. And I think, that we've harbored an emotion, we've put it somewhere, we've stored it away somewhere in our body. And then at some point, as we're growing up, we sort of end up having a backache, or we keep getting headaches, or we get sick, like really sick, or have severe or chronic illnesses. And I honestly believe they're due to emotional trauma that's embedded. So with pranic healing, we remove that. We remove all of that. And I've also done pranic psychotherapy. So it also helps people with stress, anxiety, grief, addictions, whether it be smoking, alcohol, drugs, cancer patients, anything like that. And honestly, energy is so powerful. It is real. It's just getting people to understand that it does exist.
Can't see it. Well, some of us can see it, but yes, other people can't see it.
Exactly. But I see it like, if, we know electricity exists.
Yeah.
We can't see the electricity, but we know if we pull a switch, we've got it, right?
Yeah.
Same sort of concept.
Yeah.
If you have some of this healing done, or any healing that you have done, whether it be Reiki or any kind of healing, you will feel something. And that something is an energy. And it's actually quite amazing.
And that aura and those energetic centers, if you don't color that's where it manifests to physical, because that's where it's going eventually. It will manifest physically. So the other thing I need to talk to you about is your book. So let's show us your book and tell us a little quick bit about your book before we finish up.
So again, this I did last year. I wrote it, I think, in 3 months on and off. Obviously, I had a lot to say and I did it very quickly, but it's a brief story. Well, it's about my spiritual journey. So it's Over the Rainbow, a journey through life's tribulations, love, mental health, and spiritual awakening. So obviously, if you don't deal with your negative emotions or demons or any issues that you can't cope with, it will manifest into some sort of mental health issue. And obviously that's on the climb. And this book it's a story about my journey and where all those messages were coming, but I didn't listen. And what came out of it in the end, and how these messages came forward. And I still remember them very clearly to this day. I felt like someone was right next to me and they were like, no, you need to. And I'm like, well, I don't understand. What are you trying to say? And I understand now, but following your intuition is pretty much what this is saying. And look, I'm just a regular person, a mum, I'm not.
Don't use the word just, come on.
Yeah.
I'm just a mum. Being a mum is the most important thing in life.
It is. But what I'm trying to say is that anybody can do anything that they want to do. If they've ever had a dream, follow your dream, do it. Do what makes you feel happy, because I feel a lot of people get trapped into a job that they don't like doing, but they're doing it because they need to bring in the money. Yes, I understand, but maybe try and do something that you really enjoy in between as a hobby, whether it be dancing or something, because that again releases lots of energy, creates lots of like happy endorphins. But Over the Rainbow, it really is. I remember so I left London, came to see some houses in Cheltenham in the Cotswolds, and on my way back, this huge rainbow was from Cheltenham all the way to my house in London. It just stayed with me the whole time. It was like, that's what's over the rainbow, and that's where I'm going. And I've gone, and I am so happy. I really am.
Living, brilliant. So living the life, like I say. And Demi, to be honest, we're only talking 2 years ago. Life was very different when I met you. So how, we're not talking about somebody that's been over the rainbow for 10 years, are we? We're talking somebody that's made the difference in a very short time.
Years. And without obviously the Julian's circles and his courses, that were definitely a starting point for me to understand. It was a real coaching. Oh, is that what that is? Oh, I understand now. Yes. Oh, yes, I feel this, and it's amazing. And to be able to connect with your guides and your guardian angels, because I love angels as well, and I believe that they're around me all the time. And doing with the workshops with yourself as well. I remember, I think the first time we had a Zoom was about 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. And I remember saying, because I think there was quite a few of us, I'll call us the regular, the original
cronies, Julian's cronies.
And I remember sitting there saying, but I'm not here, I don't hear it. And you were like, no. And then Yvonne sort of said, yeah, no, that's not right. And then Bev piped, yeah, no, you are hearing it, because these are the messages I'm saying. But I heard this. And they're like, and you're saying you can't hear it? And I was like, oh, it's understanding it. I was trying to hear physically.
Like we normally hear. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
And it's not like that. And this is where people, I feel, struggle with expectation. It's expecting to hear it physically, see it physically.
Yeah.
It's all up here.
Yeah.
It's all in your mind. And if you still the mind, so much information comes to you, that sort of pure, unconditional love and light, that everything just starts making sense. And doing what we've been doing, yeah, it's amazing.
So that's what I mean. These YouTubes are. I'm saying it's not ordinary people, because you're not ordinary, but ordinary people making adjustments to their lives, so they're changing lives, changing not your own, now changing other people's lives. And that's all I'm sat here doing, is interviewing a few people, like I say, that are, wow, you know, if this any of these YouTubes just change one person's life, then we've done something, haven't we? You know, just one person.
I'm happy with that as well.
I'm happy. Yeah. So thank you, Demi, for coming in and this little chat with us. And like I say, I know you can find Demi's book on Amazon, because I've got it. So it's on Amazon if you want to tap in and have a read of Demi's story, because it's a lovely story. And like I say, so and have you got a website or Facebook page?
Yes, I do. I can give you the link
to me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right then. Lovely.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you for what you're doing, and it's been amazing.
That's okay. My pleasure.
Thank you, Carly.